Alright folks, in this video here, I'm going to show you guys how you can do long division in a very short way. We're using 3 digits divided by 1 digit. This method also applies to 4 digit divided by 1 digit or even 5 digit divided by 1 digit. So let's try question number 5 and question number 8. So for question number 5, the first thing is that we wanted to see how many digits do we have for our divisor. In this case is 3. And then we're going to compare it with the first digit of the dividend from the left side to the right side. Right? So in this case here, we have 153, first number being 1. Compare 3 with 1. I know that 3 is bigger. So then I have to move on to the second digit, which is 15, which means my first digit appears right here. I have to write my first digit here. Basically, what's 15 divided by 3, or how many of 3 goes into 15? The answer is quite simple. It's 5. So we're going to put 5 over here. Then, without any remainder, we move on to the next digit, 3. If I can use 3 divided by 3, which my answer is 1, with no remainder, that's going to be my answer. Next question, number 8, we use the same method. First, this is 3, this is 2. 2 is smaller than 3, that's why I have to include 24. My first digit appears on top of 4. Then how many 3 goes into 24? The answer is 8, so we're going to put 8 right here. And then no remainder, then I use 3 divided by 3, which is 1. Very straightforward, right? So let's go to the next one. We can try question number 16 and 18. So we do the same thing. This is 3, this is 2. 2 is too small, so I have to use 22. So here is the trick. How many times does 22 divided by 3, or how many times does 3 goes into 22? Here you're going to use your mental calculation to get 7, but what's your remainder? So instead of writing it down vertically like this, we're just going to put the remainder next to the next digit, which means in this case the remainder is 1, so I'm going to put 1 over here. Then I'm going to use 12 divided by 3 to get 4. So my answer for this question is 74. All right, so let's also try question number 17. Same thing, 2 is too small. 23 divided by 3, it's going to be 7. In this case, the remainder is going to be 2. So I'm going to write down 2 right next to the 4, and then use 24 divided by 3. In this case, it's 8. Very straightforward, right? The only thing you have to do is by putting down this magical number next to the next digit. So then instead of writing it down vertically, a lot of steps, you can actually save a lot of time. And once you get familiar with all the long division, you can do everything almost mentally if you're dealing with 5, 6 digits divided by 1 digit. The next one, we're going to use 2 and 3, and we know that 2 is too small, so we use 26 divided by 3. In this case, we're going to get 8. Because 3 times 8 is 24. And what's my remainder? You can pause the video right here. Once you get the answer, we can then write down the remainder next to the next digit. All right, so you already know that the remainder is going to be 2. So I'm going to put the 2 over here. And then what's 21 divided by 3? In this case is 7. So the answer is 87. All right, so you might want to ask me, hey, Tony, how come I don't have any remainder over here? Because we haven't get to the questions yet, right? So let's work on some questions with remainders. Before that, actually, let's try some questions with 0 in the middle. So let's try question 15, 17, and 18. So compare the divisor with the first digit of the dividend. 6 is equal to 6, so perfect. I can put 1 over here. And then moving on to the next digit, what is 1 divided by 6? In this case, 1 is too small, right? And then what I can do is too small, this is too big. Then what I can do is I can put a 0 over here. So basically this 1 gets carried on with the 2 for this quotient over here. So let me explain this one more time. We use the first 6 divided by the 6, which get 1 with no remainders. Then we will use the next digit 1 to divided by 6 to get my quotient over here. But since 1 is too small, but I need a number over here, so I put a 0. So if I put a 0 over here, the remainder will be 1, right? So then the 1 will go together with the 2, in another way, I can always put the little 1 just like what I did before over here. So then what's 12 divided by 6 is 2. So with the same methodology, I would do this one. 616 divided by 8. 6 is too small, so 61 divided by 8. And what's 61 divided by 8? Let's pause the video right here to get the quotient and also the remainder, and we will move forward. So then the answer is 7. So with 7, my remainder will be 5. So I put 5 next to 6. Then 56 divided by 8 is equal to 7 again. Next one, I will do 912 divided by 9. Pause the video over here to get the quotient and the remainder here. All right. So we will use 6. And then my remainder is 7. 72 divided by 9 is 8. Okay, so let's move on to the hardest ones. All right, let's try question number 10, 12, 15, and 18. That will summarize our exercise today. So 5 is too big, so then we're going to use 40, and this is going to be 8. No remainders left. So if 1 divided by 5, that's going to be 0, and remainder is going to be 1. So over here, we're introducing remainder after these long division. Same thing applies to 401 divided by 7. 4 is too small, so 40 divided by 7, that's going to be 5. And then my remainder is going to be 5 over here again. So 51 divided by 7, use your mental calculation over here, and can you get the quotient and also the remainder over here as well, please? All right, so then this will be 7, because 7 times 7 is 49, and 51 minus 49 will be 2. So my remainder will be 2. All right, question number 15. 5, we can divide 5 with 2, so this is going to be 2, and my remainder is 1. And what's 11 divided by 2? It's going to be 5, and remainder 1 again. And what's 17 divided by 2? And this is going to be 8, remainder 1. So my answer for this question, 517 divided by 2 is 258, remainder 1. Last question, we're going to use 517 divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 cannot divide by the 5, but I need an answer over here, so I'll put a 0. So this 1 gets carried on with the next 7. I could write the 1 over here to represent this is going to be 17 divided by 5, which in this case is going to be 3, remainder 2. So hopefully this video helps you guys understand how we can do long division, especially with multiple digits divided by just one digit very easily with some help of our side steps. Okay, hope this one helps.